And you see, it's funny because they don't even make the sausage roll with snowflakes. They melt in the oven. Oh no! But on a serious note, I have tried it, and it's very, very nice.
Good. Good.
And more options for people with different dietary requirements is a good thing.
Yes.
So,
unless you're a cat.
yeah, there's that, isn't there?
Christopher!
Maths-topher.
You're in the same room as me!
Listen, ladies and gentlemen.
We're touching! Touching! Touching parts!
It's good to come back to the realm of dreams.
Of dreams. Don't ever do that. I'll get in trouble.
Welcome, one and all,
to the Big Damn Cast.
Starring me, 18 small men, lay in a line.
And me, 3 beavers in a trench coat. Here we go!
Oh, but they're all wearing sunglasses because the 2 down below got jealous that the one at the top gets to play human.
They all peek out.
Yeah, they all peek out at all times.
Why do you have so many eyes?
So much has changed since I've been away.
So much has changed.
There's like 3 new Pokestops in the local
yes,
vicinity.
Yes, I know.
And one has been turned into a gym.
Yeah.
There's 3 gyms within a 2-second walk of each other.
Yeah.
I'll never socialise again.
I discovered...
I'll be hanging around precincts looking like a dodgy murderer.
I went for a walk.
Oh my god, we can battle now!
Yes, we can battle now. We should battle after this.
We should totally battle.
We'll battle on the show.
We'll do it.
We'll battle on the show
live
later
fight,
on.
Pay-per-view.
Live Pokemon Go battling.
Wheat. How are you, me old muckle?
I'm alright. It's been a busy old Christmas and New Year. I'm just taking some time off for my birthday week, and so we can do this and adventures and backlogging and some other bits and pieces.
You're not going away.
No.
Later on,
No, I'm not going away.
You're about.
Keisha was trying to pressure me into going away.
Oh.
I mean, like, well, I want to take you for your birthday. I'm like, I kind of don't want to go anywhere. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I want to be off work, but I've still got a lot of things I want to do.
Can I do the things at the home?
No.
Do we just like... Do you know what? Instead of spending money on a little trip, she should just spend money on some fake palm trees.
Well, she is taking me to see the Rocky Horror Show on Friday night.
Bay.
Yeah.
Sweet Bay.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Sweet Bay.
Sweet Bay.
Sweet Bay.
I can't wait.
Sweet Bay.
It's going to be ace.
I've heard good things about this tour as well.
Yes.
Nice.
I think I've got a Dom Jolly narrator. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's been on. I think the narrator's changed. They circulate.
Yeah. There's like 4, 5 of them. But we'll see.
It's just a jump to the left.
I think we should. I'll probably try.
I once replaced him at a job. True story.
Yeah.
Yeah. CBeebies bedtime story. He was meant to do it, and then literally the morning of, they got confirmation from his agent that he wasn't going to come, and I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why he pulled out, but he pulled out that day.
He's just Catholic.
Well, surely he should have stayed in. And seen it through to the end, Dom. I'm glad he didn't, because I got a random extra job that day. They were like, "Hi,
Dom Jolly in the rhythm method."
I was doing pre-records at CBBC that morning instead of live afternoons that day, and they were like, "Are you free this afternoon?" I went, "Well, I've got meetings, but like they're just with the team, so I'm sure they won't mind if I skip them." Why? And they're like, "Would you do 2 CBBS bedtime stories?" It's like, "Yeah, give me the books. I'll look over them over my lunch." And I went back, sat in the same makeup room I normally do, but was randomly given like, we'll get you a coffee. Is there anything you like? Any sort of pastries or anything you want? I was like, what's going on? But it's because they had a budget for this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
You never
it's
treat me like this.
But do you know what I mean? But they had a budget for that stuff, and they kind of have to spend it. And you don't want to not treat a guest like you do every other guest. So it was like, okay, but it felt so weird. It's like, oh, this is what it's like when they look after you.
Yeah.
That sounds so like first worldy and complaining, but honestly, like we used to show up and do live mornings, and someone hadn't even like put milk in the fridge for us.
Oh, good.
So it was just like, this is really annoying. We had guests come in who used to do CBBC. I shan't name any names, but they rhyme with Rick and Tom, and they said like they came to do a live morning with us. They were, where's breakfast? We were like, oh, what do you mean? They're like, no. Like, seriously, when we used to do the live mornings, they'd they'd at least put stuff in the night before, so that when we came in, we didn't have to worry about it. We could all just show up, have something to eat and a drink, and start the day. It was like, Yeah, now you've mentioned it, that is actually a really useful human
Yeah,
necessity.
that would be nice.
Oh my god, they've never done this for us ever. So
That would be nice.
Yeah, because they were tight with their money.
Not for you, Johnson!
Yeah. So what I'm basically saying is, find out where Dom Jolly's working, get him cancelled for the day,
and then you can take on.
and reap the benefits. So basically what I'm saying is, I'll be the narrator in that performance of Rocky Horror.
I would love that.
But then again, you've seen me in worse clothing.
I would love that. I'm going to try and probably get up to Arcade Club at some point this week as well.
Oh, you haven't not been still?
In Bury. Well, that's exactly why I want to try and get up there.
Ooh!
Get up there!
Take me and my dog. Don't, she's not allowed out yet.
I like it. I don't think you can take dogs there.
No.
What the fuck is a dog going to do on an outrun machine?
Well...
Dog playing Galaxian.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step to the right.
Copyright, go buy it.
Yes.
Allegedly.
So yeah, what's going on with you, Cocker? Are you relaxing into your post-pantomime depression?
The day we record this.
Yes.
I've been home, as of right now, less than 24 hours. And what normally happens is I get home, I'm really happy to be home, I'm chuffed, I'm kind of chilled. And then about a day later, like, you know when you have a gym routine, and then you don't do it for a week, and then that week, for some reason, your body goes, I hate everything. That's kind of what it's like. After that many shows in that short amount of time, you come back, you're all energetic to be home, and then a day later you go, I know I don't know how to function. Difference is, I have to be like that with a new dog.
Oh,
no. I can't be too knackered. So right now I feel okay. And tonight Lou's making her world famous chili con carne. So I'm looking forward to that. But tomorrow it's me, the dog, and some admin work. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm dreading. I know I'm just going to go up to the computer, dog pen to my left, and I'm either going to distract myself and play with the dog all day, and fall asleep and play with the dog and fall asleep, play with the dog.
Oh, as opposed to distracting the dog and playing with yourself all day.
Hey! Or that. Like, that's the other alternative. It's just going to be, let's get started on this admin, or a wank. Like, that's also fine. Hi, dog, you asleep in another room?
Why not both?
You go that way, I'm going to go in here and do things that will get this podcast pulled off the airwaves as if it was on radio. But it's not on radio.
This is why we can't get a bigger audience, Chris.
Are you kidding me?
Talking about penises.
Are you kidding me? If we renamed the show Two Lads Talk About Having a Wank, we would probably get all the subscribers.
Yeah, to be fair, I've been listening to My Dad Wrote a Porno recently.
That's a great podcast.
That is
a great podcast. Not to sound like a freaking YouTube video, but guys, it does help out a lot if you hit that subscribe button and ding the bell, ding the dong.
Smash that like button.
And if you do enjoy Big Dumb Cast, tell people. It's 2019.
Tell people.
And we would like this year, we've got stuff we want to do, but it also helps if you guys give us a nudge too.
If you do enjoy Big Dumb Cast, tell people. So
folk.
You can get the help you need.
Yes. So they can hold you down and stop you listening to another episode. But yeah, so I've got that business out of the way.
Now we're back.
Back again. Shady's back.
Shady never left.
With Venom.
Venom 2's happening with the same screenwriter, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
So they learned all the right lessons for the success of that movie.
It's already out in the States. Like, it came out late October. Blu-ray was out for Christmas.
Well, of course.
Less than 2 months later.
You've got to get Venom in the home.
And because obviously Marvel and Hasbro. Is Hasbro that make Marvel Legends?
Yes.
Marvel and Hasbro obviously have a thing where they don't really make action figures based on any movies outside of the MCU, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice if a different studio would maybe do that, like Mayfex or whatever, the more expensive ones maybe. Or if Marvel Select will go, go on, we'll do it in this line.
We'll get Mattel to do it because they've just lost a big chunk of the DC license.
Oh! But, yeah, because obviously Venom never got an action figure, though Marvel capitalised by releasing a Venom Builder figure.
Yes.
Wave.
Was it Space Venom or was it just regular Venom?
No, it was, the wave itself was Poison, so the Peter Parker symbiote.
Ah, yeah.
Identity from a recent story, I guess. I've not actually read it. Scream?
Scream, the female one.
Yeah, the girl one.
The girl one that was in the ride.
Spider-Ham.
Yes.
So the non-figure of the wave, but with the biggest Build-A-Figure part.
Yes.
Carnage with the new accessories and swappable head for Cletus Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Venom with new accessories and swappable head of Eddie Brock. Very 90s style, flat top, big thick eyebrows.
Nice.
And I want to say Typhoid Mary.
Fucking deep pull.
Yeah, well, if you're a Daredevil / 90s Deadpool fan, I guess. But,
Quite.
So they were the wave, and the Build-A-Figure was called Monster Venom. Basically, the Venom figure was an 80s style, like muscly McFarlane face. Yeah. McFarlane Eddie Brock face. The Build-A-Figure was like the late 90s big, bulging, like tendrils, giant face version of the character.
Yeah.
So, just bigger Venom, basically.
Bigger Venom.
But Marvel and Hasbro released that because it's like, yeah, we're not releasing any Venom tie-in merch.
That should be the sequel.
But
The
we'll
sequel
put
should be
Venom.
Bigger Venom.
Just bigger Venom. Venom 2.
He's been gorging on chocolate and tater tots.
Venom 2, The Streets.
Streets.
But yeah, because of that, the Walmart release of Venom on Blu-ray, you could buy a version that was in an action figure box with an old school style action figure based on the movie version, and the discs are just in the cardboard backing of the box.
Or like Toy Biz style.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But obviously not directly homaging or parodying because copyright reasons.
Yes.
But so it's just a basic 4 points articulation figure. But it was their way of going, there, we've got a toy out. Here you go, folks. You want it? By the way, it's
Toy Biz Venom.
3.7 inches, but you want it, right? No, it's awkward. It's like
Again,
it's like 4.5 inches, so it doesn't even fit with any waves of anything.
They just nicked on my pickup line.
Hey, ladies,
This is
do you like
3.75
3.75 inches of consistency?
But you want it, right?
Want to put it in your playset?
Oh,
sweet,
no!
Sweet baby Jesus. It's funny because the contents page describes this section as "It's good to be back."
It's good to be
But
back.
every noise you've made so far has been wails of pain.
It's so much displeasure.
Just like watching Venom.
Venom.
I got a penum and I use it to write wooden. Doesn't make sense. Toe jam in
Oh, I can't believe they're doing another one of those.
I know.
But yes, there's some stuff coming up. We got another Captain Marvel trailer released today. Well, you can't call it a trailer; it's a special look.
Yeah, because it ends with like buy your tickets now. So it's a
It was a TV spot. It was on during a American sports game.
Or was it during the Golden Globes? Maybe.
No, it was a game.
Yeah. Golden Globes was last night,
Spider-Verse
won Best Animated Picture.
Night before.
Oh, that was last night.
No, Golden Globes have been and gone, my friend.
Oh yeah, it was the night before because all the funny people who weren't nominated for anything this year but were sent to Golden Globes parties were posting those videos of them in fake elevator videos.
Yes.
And you could tell who the comedians were because if you went to the Golden Globes party page, you'd watch it, and any actor who wasn't a comedy actor, it was just sort of like not very funny and then you'd have like Rachel Bloom or Karen Gillan going like, yeah, we're going to make this fucking funny. Yeah. And they'd do something really funny with it. You'd be like, yes!
And there was all the stuff
content,
with the...
well done. The rest of them just sort of posed. I'm like,
There was all the stuff
with Rachel Bloom's like sharing a spliff with the bellhop and things like that.
Karen
Gillan drinks a whole can of beer, throws it at the floor and walks out of a lift sideways in a way that implies the lift is bigger on the inside. Because... she knows what comments it'll get.
She knows her audience.
She's taller than sin.
There was all the stuff with the Fiji water girl on the red carpet.
Yeah,
she's great. Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Verse won Best Animated Feature. Woo!
As well it should.
And then during a sports Guam,
Bohemian Rhapsody won Best
Film?
Best Film Comedy or Best Film Drama. Yeah, Best Film Drama. And then Green Book won Best Film Comedy or Musical.
And Kevin Spacey won Creepiest Short Video.
Let's not even talk about that bullshit.
You want me back.
But yes.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Captain Marvel, special look.
Captain. I can say that because Fury has 2 eyes and there's a captain in it.
What more can we say about Captain Marvel other than it's coming out soon and it looks great?
We'd like it now?
I'd like it now.
We would like it now.
Brie Larson is so great.
There's some nice character moments in this trailer that haven't been in the other trailers. Sorry, in this special look that weren't in the trailers.
Yes.
and where she gets to sort of show Carol's dry humour, which is really nice.
She's got a bit of sass on her. She's got a bit
great
of snark.
eyebrow work, hasn't she?
That's so. She's like second only to The Rock eyebrow work. Working those eyebrows.
She's working them.
I think where you get a lot of people come into Marvel movies and they have to work out and tone up and chisel that physique. Brie Larson just did eyebrow workouts. That's all she did.
That's not to undersell any of the work she has done, boys and girls. But the most impressive muscles on display here are face
in
rubs.
the facials.
Those caterpillars are working overtime.
It looks what continues to look great.
My one qualm from this, and I pointed out when we were watching it before we recorded, was I think the CGI blurred battle thing at the end, which we've seen a glimpse of in the previous trailer, does look big and cool. But I think the Captain Marvel model, it might just be the lighting.
It probably
I might need to see it. I might need to see it in more scenes and sort of see it in context, but it looks a bit raggedy. Whereas
it's the face.
That could just be because all the CGI budget's gone to Samuel L. Jackson.
We didn't de-age Samuel L. Jackson. We actually constructed an entirely digital Samuel L. Jackson.
It's a new Samuel.
It's a fresh set. It's a 3D printed Samuel L. Jackson, piloted by tiny people,
by a tiny fleet of Samuel L. Jacksons.
It's Meet Dave, but Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I mean that instantly improves Meet Dave. and that's not something thought possible. But no. Samuel L. Jackson in anything, and it does improve.
Meet Dave is a perfect film.
People enjoy The Spirit not because it's a good film, but because Samuel L. Jackson's devouring scenery.
People enjoy The Spirit.
Frank Miller did.
Frank Miller doesn't enjoy anything. All you need to do to understand that Frank Miller doesn't enjoy anything is read something that he's written.
He does enjoy something. He loves random bold text for random words to make the emphasis not work properly.
He loves prostitutes. Fucking loves prostitutes.
And killing prostitutes.
Yeah, well, and prostitutes that kill.
Yeah. And sad jokers.
Sad jokers.
He loves sad jokers. I blame him for the war on jokes and riddles.
Ultra right-wing conservative Batman.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Even though Batman's entire modus operandi is being very anti-gun. The most anti-conservative thing ever. And yet, Frank does love his imagery of Batman with a gun.
He's a rich dude who beats up poor people instead of solving their problems.
He solves their problems. We've got institutes for this sort of thing.
This is why...
And he puts them away in those institutes.
This is why I have more and more a problem with Batman as a character as I get older.
Again, I think it depends on who writes him.
Yeah.
Paul Dini and Bruce Timm and all those guys down at series got it right. That is not a stable man.
No.
We're watching the cool spy adventures of Secret McIdentity Man. And his cool rogues gallery and his really cool mobster stories. But they don't shy away from the fact that he's not a stable individual.
No.
I was rewatching, because it came up on Twitter the other day, someone shared it as a moment. I was rewatching the prologue to Batman Beyond. And I forgot that the opening scenes to Batman Beyond are Bruce in 2019, mind you.
Ooh.
Older, in the black suit, with the complete black mask, with the red bat on his chest. He has a heart attack during a fight with some goons. And one of them takes advantage of, he's clearly struggling, and they take advantage and they beat him down. And then he grabs a pole, and he goes to beat the shit out of Batman. And Bruce panics and grabs a discarded gun from one of the criminals and points it at the bad guy. And the bad guy, and it's great because they say everything with no words. The bad guy clearly sees in his face, he's like, Batman wouldn't do this. And he shits himself and he runs out and the police catch him. Batman looks at the gun in his hands, realises, drops it, leaves the building, peels his mask off and looks like he's horrified with himself. And after that he hangs up the suit, shuts down the cave and buggers off. He says no more. And it's like, wow. The animated DC universe acknowledges that Batman is not a well man.
No.
This is much more mature than most other adaptations of the character.
Mask of the Phantasm does that.
Oh, God. That is still the best Batman movie. And now I've got it on Blu-ray, motherfuckers!
So very good.
I can't wait to see the upscale.
It's so very good.
Did they remaster Phantasm and Sub-Zero with the set, or did they just upscale them?
I have no idea.
Because they always refer to it as the complete thing, he completely remastered from the ground up. And also, the first time ever on Blu-ray, Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero.
Yeah. They might have been better transfers anyway because they were...
Phantasm
they were
was
theatrical releases.
93. Sub-Zero was later and was in the New Adventures style.
But if they were on theatrical releases, they'd have been on film stock anyway.
Sub-Zero was DVD and it was DVD
right.
release. It was like an early DVD, like exclusive to DVD.
I remember it coming out on VHS.
Oh, whatever VHS, but it was like the early days of DVD was when it was released. That was the big push. It was like WB kids were going, here's a Batman movie on DVD, and then the next one was Return of the Joker after its network premiere.
Yes,
yeah,
which is
again, why is it that the three best Batman movies, come at me, motherfuckers. The three best Batman movies are Mask of the Phantasm, Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, and the Lego Batman movie. Why is it the animated ones are better?
Because the live-action ones always try and be too serious.
I mean, The Dark Knight is arguably the best film out of all the Batman movies.
But it's
and
not...
Batman '89 is a fucking riot.
Yeah, but they try and ground him too much.
Yeah, and Batman Begins is a really solid movie.
They just try and
Batman Returns has a nice soundtrack.
You can Batman Returns.
I will fight you.
I will play this.
I'm looking forward
like
to
a heart from hell.
What's that? Alfred on the fucking decks. I'll play this city.
You know, if that
from
movie came out today, you'd get legions of people wearing "Play Me Like a Harp" hats.
Oh God, Oswald Daddy.
Yeah,
things like that.
Like that would get him elected. That wouldn't get him impeached.
It would.
I could shoot a guy on Fifth Avenue. And nobody would do anything.
It could be worse, okay? My nose could be gushing blood.
Yeah, weird, isn't it? I think live action Batman tend to try and ground him too much and make him like the super spy, hard boiled, gritty detective, not
I think Begins does a good job with it because it shows you that it all comes from a place of trauma.
He's a crazy white rich kid who dresses up as a bat and beats people up. Like, you can't ground that in all seriousness. I mean,
89 does that quite well then because he's not the focus and it doesn't shy away from how weird he is.
He is weird.
He's upside down.
Yeah, he's a weird guy, and that's what people like. They try and make Bruce too.
And he wants to bust that body.
He does want to bust that body.
Oh yeah. He wants to bust
like,
that body right.
He is a tortured individual, but it manifests as this righteous conviction, not so much as an outer torment. Like, he's not an emo kid. He got buff and beat up the bullies. It just happens that he's rich and the bullies are poor. And
mental.
Yeah.
And in need of help. And in need of actual... of them in need of actual care and attention.
But no, I'm just going to hit you hard. Yeah. That's all we've got to say about the Captain Marvel special look. We've just got a lot to say about Batman. Okay.
We see a scroll shape changing and that makes me happy.
Yes.
It looks cool. It looks all
cool.
scaly and weird.
It looks like...
Because you never really see it in the comics. You sort of see characters half and half.
On the subject,
as they transform.
On the subject of shapeshifting, you know what I rewatched recently? When I ripped it to my Plex server.
Oh, you beauty. Go on, what did you watch?
X-Men.
Okay. The 2000 movie.
The 2000 movie.
Brian, let's not speak his name's X-Men.
Yeah.
I like that film.
Some of that, I was watching it and going, actually, they've done some really neat things in this. And some of it really works.
The prejudice stuff works really well.
Yeah, I like
again, not to give him any more credit than he deserves for anything.
Yeah,
creep.
Not to give him any credit at all.
Yeah, but like in terms of this, he's obviously brought a lot of his like teenage repression over his sexuality into the topic, and that's the angle he's come at it from. And if you're watching it behind the scenes, that's what Ian McKellen was sold on the project about. He said he wasn't. He said he was aware of the comic. He did remember reading some when he was younger. But it wasn't really anything he was interested in.
Yeah.
And then Singer sold him on the point of basically gay oppression.
Ian McKellen
reread the script from that POV and he went, oh shit, yeah. And he was like, I want to tell this story. And he said, like, well, who have you got in mind for Professor X? And they said Patrick Stewart. And he went, then I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it was like brilliant because they'd been mates for years, but they never like really worked on it.
Patrick Stewart's great in it as well.
And Anna Paquin's really
Anna
good in
Paquin's
it.
really good in it. I really like that they make Jean Grey a doctor and not just a person with superpowers.
Yeah.
That's neat.
It's got a really good tone, I think.
It has got a decent tone.
It feels kind of uncomfortable throughout, like a bit cold, and I think that's mostly just because of the wash they give it all.
Yeah,
sort of has this metallic wash.
It could do with more colour. And whenever we get to that bit,
or it could have done a more gradual colour.
Yeah,
like by the end of the movie, it is more bright and vibrant.
But it's just
as like a "we are out and proud, motherfuckers" kind of angle.
When you get that line from Wolverine from Cyclops of like, "What would you prefer, yellow spandex?" All I can think is, "Yes,
I would.
Yes, I would. Thank you."
And then it was teased to us in the Wolverine that we never saw it.
No.
So
there's the barest hint of it in Days of Future Past. In future Wolverine's costume, there is some yellow and blue in it,
and then we finally get it. Arguably, we get it properly in Deadpool because a lot of the characters wear Grant Morrison's sort of all new X-Men era.
Oh, they're not a Grant Morrison thing. Grant Morrison did the black. Grant Morrison made the black.
Who am I thinking of them? With
no, the yellow and blue have been like an ongoing X-Men.
I mean the sort of the dark blue and black with the big yellow X over the chest and stuff like. That came from sometime in the late 2000s. So the early 2000s. Yeah.
Well, Grant Morrison was going on the black and gold, and then the blue and gold was more popular in other versions of it.
There's some great lines in it as well. Like, what was it? Whoa! Hey! It's me. Prove it. You're a dick.
Okay. Yeah, but
that's
like looking at the action
that
again.
That's quite nice.
Looking at
and the whole. You told me to stay away from your girl, and all this is like, if I had to do that, she wouldn't be my girl. Blah, 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 blah. And then Owen Logan. Stay away from my girl.
James Marsden's great. Doesn't
brilliant.
Get to do anything. Doesn't get to do anything.
And Halle Berry's accent, though odd,
it is odd, but it works.
She makes for quite a compelling Aurora. Like she's sort of a sweeter, toned down version of her in that movie.
But then there's that line which just doesn't work on any level.
I will fight for that line in that a better direction. And I'm not saying Halle Berry's a bad actress because she isn't, but a better actor could have done something with that and made it fun. No. And I'll tell you what it would have been. It would have been a button after the line is said that would have made it work. Either Toad's reaction like, and then hit by the thing, or after they said it, another character, or then giving that kind of moment of, what? It's like, I couldn't think of it.
They fucked the punchline up because the line should be, you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? It croaks.
Oh!
That should be the line.
There you go. Damn it.
They fuck it.
But then I suppose it's implying that she's murdered him. So
I suppose.
And they're not all about that, are they? The stuff with Senator Kelly's really good.
Yeah, the stuff with Senator Kelly is really good.
Them leaking through the bars and everything. The CGI's aged a bit, but it still looks cool. Like the body horror of
it. They fuck Sabretooth up royally.
Yeah.
But I quite like their version of Toad.
Well, I don't know, Sabretooth, I think they mostly fuck him up just because they make him monosyllabic.
Yeah, like Sabretooth is when he's originally introduced in most of his appearances, certainly early on, leading up to what made him so popular in the 90s, he's a schemer. Like he was a mercenary.
Yeah,
he was
he's nasty. Like Sabretooth is one of the nastiest villains in the Marvel universe.
He's vindictive, and when he first appears in Iron Fist, is where he first appears in Iron Fist because Chris Claremont was writing Iron Fist and Uncanny X-Men at the same time. Yeah,
and it was his plan to bring him into X-Men.
Yeah. He was like a mercenary, like manhunter person. Like he was a assassin for hire, and he was vindictive about it and nasty, and then that led to his feud with Wolverine. Like he's got, you know, he's smart and cunning, and occasionally that he's overtaken by his bestial side, but.
So maybe what it needed in that one was just for him to react to Logan a bit.
Yeah, just like
in that fight, their rematch toward the end of the movie. Maybe have him just clearly enjoying it, just like show him enjoying the fight, because at least then it's like, oh, he's got something else going on behind those black contact lenses.
Yeah, just to have some character other than I'm an idiot. I'm a giant idiot.
Rebecca
big giant idiot.
Rebecca Romijn's Mystique is a great...
Well, that's what made me think of it. It's that her Mystique's really good, and she gives such a physical performance. She doesn't say much.
That's why she's the vastly superior one of the two.
Yes.
She says everything with her eyes and with her expressions, and with her physicality.
But the fight between her and Wolverine in this
so
Empire
good.
State is really, really good.
Especially when he cuts her claws off.
Yes.
And she just screams because you realise, he's just cut off a part of her body.
Yeah.
Like, and when she turns back, she's got like scratches on her, and you're like, oh shit, like he has fucked her up. Like, this is not good. That's so good. Oh, that's great. I like that movie, and I like X2 a lot.
I've not watched X2 yet, but
X2's worth it for McKellen, Jackman, and most notably Cox. Like, it's worth it for them.
It's always worth it for Cox.
I'll do anything for Cox.
No,
I'll do anything to see Cox on my screen 24/7.
No, I don't know why I brought that up. Shapeshifting got me to think of it, and I decided to talk about X-Men for a little bit. Because I had, we had the pack of X1, 2, 3, and Wolverine.
Yeah, we've got that one.
And because I'm in the process of ripping a lot of stuff to DVD so I can get rid of the physical copies, and that was one of the prime candidates because I don't want that shit mucking up my shelf. But it can take up 2 gig on my hard drive. That's fine. Yes.
Also, the music when she changes.
Yeah.
Her score is great. It's probably like that weird. Just like.
But enough about.
Damn it! You made me want to watch.
What the fuck are we talking about X-Men?
You made me want to watch X-Men.
Okay, enough
what
about
have
X-Men.
You done? Don't get me started on that train.
HBO released their 2019 trailer.
Their yearly. Hey everybody, here's what's coming.
And it has our first looks at the final season of Game of Thrones, the 3rd season of True Detective, which should be some sort of a comeback for that show because by all accounts season 2 was bad. And also our first look at HBO's.
I've never heard that phrase. Bad.
I was gonna go with a better descriptor, and then just like, no, it doesn't deserve one.
Who was in season 2? Season 1 was McConaughey.
McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Season 2 was like Vince Vaughn and Taylor Kitsch, I want to say.
Well, there you go. No offense to those gents, but like, you don't start with McConaughey and Harrelson and then bring in Vaughn and Kitsch.
Yeah.
You half and half it. You bring in a Vaughn with someone else or a Kitsch with someone else. You don't bring in those two.
Who was in season 2? Was
Colin Farrell in one of them?
That might have been season 2. That might have been.
Was Ewan McGregor in one of them? No, that's Fargo, isn't it?
No, yeah, Fargo was you.
Because Fargo did a similar thing, didn't it? Where like
McGregor.
season 2 had different main characters and stuff.
Yeah, Fargo is an anthology series, so season 2
or season True.
Season 2 was like, I was Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell, Rachel McAdams, Taylor Kitsch. I think it doesn't separate them by series, but yeah, that's all series 2 cast.
TV
but
once again establishing that
yes,
it can get bigger names and has bigger budgets and is now more appealing to a lot of bigger names who normally would just do films. Because they're like, what? You want me to work on one thing solidly for the same amount of time I would on a film, but I'll actually be doing something every day instead of sitting around waiting to find out if I'm shooting.
Oh, the cast of season 3 looks interesting. We've got Mahershala Ali is heading it
up.
Oh,
Mahershala Ali is amazing.
And we've got Stephen Dorff popping up and Ray Fisher.
Nice. Ray Fisher. Oh, do you know what? I'm really happy about that. Because I did not want his screen career to begin and end with Cyborg.
Did you see that Cyborg is in the Doom Patrol series that's going to be on...
Played by Jovian Wade?
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's an odd teaser. And I can see why people are mocking the Cyborg look. It does look... Do you remember that picture we took of Justice League merchandise in Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Where...
Yeah,
we put on like the Cyborg and Flash masks.
Everyone's favourite superhero Cyborg.
Back when they had the merchandise out last May.
Back when...
Before the film came out in November.
Didn't Toys R Us close before the film came out?
Just after. Yeah.
That was the death knell for Toys R Us. It was the Justice League
merch. No, I'll be honest, I think it was all the missies. And the fact that they never sold anything for less than recommended retail, even in sales.
Yeah.
Even when they were closing down, it was like, here's your guide to the discounts. 10p off. It's just like, you're going under, guys.
Entertainers like that, because I got my Titans Return 6 shot
Yeah.
from B&M for 15 quid.
Yeah. But B&M
In-
do mass reductions
in-
every now and
that,
then.
But
don't
that
they?
was in 2017.
Yeah.
They've got loads of him in The Entertainer now,
Yeah.
which is 2.5 years after he
Let me
initially
guess.
came out.
$34.99.
$34.99.
$34.99. There you go.
And they got stacks of the fucker.
Also known as Stuckers.
Yeah. Fucking... So, yeah.
Entertainer's an odd one. I was in there the other day in Lincoln, and they had a bunch of Star Wars Black Series. Now, I've stopped collecting those, but they had a bunch of them for £12.
That Gamorrean guard looks sick, though.
Do you want mine? You can have them if you want.
Have you got the Gamorrean with the fur skirt and all the weapons? They
Oh.
did a new one this year.
Oh no, I've not got that
They
one.
did a new one this year.
Sorry, no,
I got
the one. I got the one they chucked out last October.
Oh mate.
He's barely posable. It's really stupid. Like he's got all the joints, but the costume impedes any posability. It's so stupid.
I'll show you. But yes, continue.
But they're a Black Series, and a lot of the older ones for £12, like Obi-Wan, which was like the second one, prequel Obi-Wan. I wasn't buying, but I was like, I've not seen that for like 5 years. I was like, this is great. And there you go, on the rack, on the next peg along, Darth Maul. The one prequel character Black Series figure that I was like, oh, I do want that. I've only got one prequel series. Oh, Gamorrean Guard. Sorry, I thought you meant Praetorian.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. No, the only prequel character I had so far was Django, because it was a good figure.
Yes.
And now I can take the helmet off and do Aquaman fanfiction.
Yeah.
Or Moana prequels.
Aquafan fiction.
Aquafan.
Hey!
Mofanwa.
Oh.
Also, I can just take the helmet off and roll it across the floor to orphan children. Don't. There's a Mace Windu figure in the smaller Black Series range that comes with Jango Fett's helmet as an accessory. I'm not even kidding.
That's brilliant.
The only thing that'd be better is if it came with a little infant bobber. But the only prequel figure I wanted from Black Series was Darth Maul, because it's a good figure and he's got sort of it's cloak, but it sort of clips off so you can have him as he sort of as he's in the end of the film.
Yeah.
And the lightsaber's like clippable, so you can have the single blade with the cloak, which is the look I kind of like for him, or not. And I was like, this is great. I was £12 for this. Fuck yes. You know what? I'm going to do it. If I'm not getting any more Black Series figures, if this is my last one, I'm doing it. This would be great. And I went to the counter and just before I got to the counter, the guy went, oh, he says, you do know the Darth Mauls are slightly differently priced from the rest of them. It's like, oh really? He said, oh yeah, he said, come with me. And he took me back to the shelf and he's like, yeah, these guys are a couple pegs along. And I looked over and there's like 6 Darth Mauls. I was like, oh my god, these guys are really hard to find. There's 6 of them. 28.
Yeah. That's why there's 6 of them.
£28.
Yep.
£28. Now that's still cheaper than you can get him online, but I was not in the mood to buy him and then like auction it off or whatever. I was like, no, I'm not flipping this. I'm not buying one for myself. Sod it.
No.
£28 for that. You're fine. And then they had some Marvel Legends for £12, but the paint apps were terrible, so I didn't pick up the Star-Lord.
Yeah.
The moral of the story, kids, is B&M and shop online. Now, I shouldn't be encouraging you to shop online. I should be encouraging you to shop at brick and mortar. But when your brick and mortars like Toys R Us and Entertainer are charging recommended retail or above, I don't blame you for going online.
Yeah, you go
These
where
stores
the money
have to change their plans to survive.
Yeah.
I want them to survive, but I'm not going to support them if they're going to steal my fucking money.
And let's not even get started on Smythes.
Smythes is an odd one because they used to be cheaper.
I said let's not get started on Smythes, Chris.
Yeah, I bought the 13th. I bought the 13th Doctor figure online yesterday. She's due to dispatch on Friday because on Forbidden Planet's website she's £12, £3 delivery charge, so £15.
Mm-hmm.
She's $12.99 in store, but she's been showing up sporadically in different shops, so people are buying them out really quickly.
Yeah.
And as such, if you want to buy one on Amazon at the minute, it's only a few independent sellers are selling her, and they're selling her for upwards of £37. And the figure's got 1 review so far on Amazon UK. It's a 1-star review, and it's a twat bitching and moaning about the show being boring.
Good.
It's got nothing to do with the toy.
Good.
Just like, oh, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake.
Very good.
You can tell we've not seen each other in a while, ladies and gentlemen. The tangent tree is crazy this week.
What we should actually be talking about right now, what we should actually be doing
HBO's trailer editing.
Yes.
And how they made it comfortable length for a TV spot. Well done, HBO.
Yes.
Okay, so next story.
HBO, we got our first look at True Detective Season 3. We did a whole tangent about True Detective. First look at the final season of Game of Thrones.
Aye.
We also got our first look at HBO's Watchmen series. Watchmen from HBO. Probably I think we've decided it's a sequel to original Watchmen.
I was not aware of that entirely. We definitely touched on this before. But...
Yeah, because the character descriptions they released, we were like, that doesn't match up to anyone or anything from original Watchmen. So this is some kind of sequel. It looks like we've got a Rorschach pretender person with the spray painted mask and the eye holes, little eye holes.
Yeah,
lots of people wearing full face masks.
Policemen with yellow heads.
Do they have morph suits under those uniforms? Inquiring minds want to know.
You pervert.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, pervert. Thank you for noticing.
10 out of 10. Would pervert.
Jeremy Irons. Widespread speculation, baseless speculation based upon 5 minutes of HBO's Watchmen, 5 seconds of HBO's Watchmen.
That literally
he is an older Adrian Veidt. This is probably set in the modern day. Adrian Veidt, of course, being Ozymandias, the ultimate. I suppose he's the villain. Villain is a good word for him.
Yeah.
Of
the original
Watchmen.
I mean, I'd classify him as a villain considering what he was about to do.
Yes.
And what he started doing.
No, what he did. He did it 35 minutes ago.
Hang on. This is a sequel to the comic book then, not the film.
Or it could be a sequel to the film.
I hope it's a sequel to the comic book because I want there to have been a giant squid.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
So it's a sequel to the film, probably.
Because he's ignoring Doomsday Clock, which is the comic book sequel.
But that's fine.
That's still coming out. That's 12 issues and it's still not finished. It's Jeff Johns and Gary Frank.
But that's fine, because that opens
up
a whole can of worms.
So yeah, because it's got them coming to the current DC universe. But it also has that Ozymandias leaving the current DC universe leaving the Watchmen universe in 96, just as a worldwide nuclear war is erupting. Because his plans failed! So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the wake of that in this version of events.
Yes, this is the Superman Returns of this piece.
Yeah.
This is the Halloween 2018 of this piece.
But yeah, you got Jeremy Irons looking all dapper, wearing purple. Is it Gila Flats, which is where Dr. Manhattan was created? He's probably Ozymandias.
Yeah.
Or Adrian Veidt, or whatever he's got calling himself at this point.
Alfred Pennyworth.
Alfred Pennyworth. He's definitely Alfred Pennyworth. Will he have... This is the question I want to know. Will he have a mutant cat?
No.
And if
Cats
so...
live like 16 years.
Will he...
Mutant or otherwise.
Will he
Probably
be
less.
able to marry it to avoid taxes? That's what I want to know!
God.
Anyway, that's enough speculation.
On Jeremy Irons' bizarre outlook on life.
Jeremy Irons and his bubastis tryst. You love it, don't you?
That was not a phrase I was expecting to hear in this
Filthy
podcast.
man.
Jeremy.
Let's...
Him and his Bastis tryst. Speaking of Bastis
Bastis
tryst.
trysts. So, we were talking a little bit before the podcast about Netflix's Daredevil and all that. And hoping to see that again. Now, I came across an interesting little tidbit when I was looking up news stories. So, Mike Coulter's been talking about Luke Cage.
Aye.
And he was saying that he wasn't actually that surprised when the show got cancelled because, production-wise, as they were coming to the end of that series, there were just a lot of red flags that were ringing for him of, like, deadlines being moved and things not happening when they should and meetings getting put back and things like that. But he's also said that he's confident that they'll see it again in some form.
Yeah.
But it's too early to tell. It's still all it's all up in the air. But I can't remember if this has been officially confirmed or if it's just a rumor. But apparently, Netflix have still got the rights to these versions of the characters for 2 years after the end of the series. So even if Disney wanted to, they couldn't make new series of these new seasons of these shows for another 2 years anyway.
Yeah, they've got basically
Which is a long time.
a backwards buffer,
Yes.
which cannot be changed or tweaked.
A woofer.
A woof.
A woofer.
A woof woof.
A woof woof.
Woof woof woof.
They call me a woof boy.
They call number one West Boglin boy.
Number one best Boglin boy. So that's an interesting little tidbit that I thought we'd share with you all. Do we think we will see the Netflix versions of those characters again?
I hope so. The only reason I'm in doubt as to the validity, to the certainty of that, is that Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Wilson Fisk in Daredevil in the MCU,
What?
has put out, has shared a poll from fans, a petition to get confirmation of a new season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Now, one of your leads, especially your breakout star, would not be sharing that if he knew something.
Would he?
Yeah, no. Because he's also very openly, when people have said, I'd love to see your version of Fisk against the MCU Spider-Man, he's repeatedly gone, I'd love to see that too. That would be great.
I'd love to see it.
And it's like, okay. And those responses have now changed recently to him going, I'd love to see that too. Let Marvel know.
Tell them!
Do you know what I mean? So that says to me that these characters are very much not like a big part of the plans going forwards, or at least are a penciled in part of the plans and not a dead cert.
It's all
And that would suck.
part of the plan.
Yeah, but it's a shit plan.
Yeah. I who knows? Who knows what's going on with these things? But we do base the speculation based on much less, like 5 seconds in a trailer. So why not? Let's talk about
Aussie, you demandius.
Oh, hey, you the man now, doggius.
Now, from man to extended fam.
Oh, hey, don't ever say that again.
Well, she did though. She did,
yeah.
even after she was told not to.
Yeah.
She did again.
Let's talk about our favourite television show
To reluctantly discuss.
that we love to reluctantly discuss.
Drew.
The New Year's special, Resolution.
Brackets.
Is it though?
It should have been.
In
In hindsight, I think this will always be referred to as... For those who don't know, we're about to talk about Doctor Who Resolution, the New Year's special. There will be spoilers. Here there be spoilers. Be there spoilers here. Spoilers.
Although, if you don't know what the big spoiler is, really?
Dravins. I wasn't expecting that.
I was
I'll be
not
honest.
expecting the Chumblies to make a comeback.
But we were always anticipating.
Oh no!
I do love a Chumbly.
Sensorites all along.
I do love a Chumbly.
I watched the Sensorites recently. It's fucking bobbins.
It's awful, isn't it?
It's so long.
It's like one amazing episode, and then 3. Like, what the hell's am I watching?
No, 5. It's 6 episodes
it's
long.
a sixer, isn't it?
And then Reign of Terror is 6 episodes long, but at least Reign of Terror is historical, so it's got that going for it. Still too fucking long though.
You're learning shit in Reign of Terror.
Animation's weird.
I hate the animation in Reign of Terror.
Because some of it.
I hate the animation in Reign of Terror.
It goes from being really fluid to really static really quickly, and it just tweaks all your uncanny
It's almost
valley
like
stuff.
CGI shaded.
Yeah.
But it's odd.
And some of
really
it's
odd.
clearly rotoscoped.
Yes. When it cuts to just the rotoscope stuff for a moment, you're like, can we not just have that for the whole thing? Because at least then it looks like we're watching.
but it still looks
But at least then
weird.
we're watching an old cartoon. Like it would sort of look like an old cartoon, and instead it's just these static shots of the faces going. The loose motion thing I read with program. Bloody hell.
It's very weird.
But
Anyway,
you want to
Resolution.
talk good CGI? Freaking Resolution.
Resolution
had some exceptional visual effects work in it.
Are we saying that this is a standalone thing, or are we saying that this is actually the finale of season 11?
It's the standalone, but I think it can also work as the finale of this burst of eps.
This burst.
For sure. Like it's
ep
in the same way that 2013 was 7B, then Day of the Doctor, and then Time of the Doctor. Time of the Doctor very much felt like a finale to the year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Time of the Doctor felt like oh, we've had a great year. Here's one more adventure. And this felt like that to me. This felt like, hey, we've had a great season. Here's a blockbuster to wrap the year up on. Although technically start the next year on. I really dug Resolution.
I really,
brackets
really
of the
liked
Dalek.
it.
Brackets.
Resolution of the Dalek.
That should be what it was
singular Dalek. Dalek. No one said Dalek. It was Dalek.
Speak to me, Dalek.
Speak to me, Dalek.
I am Henry Van Staten. Now recognize me.
How did we feel?
How
about
does it feel?
all the character stuff?
Right, so this had some of the most interesting payoffs and actual payoffs for character arcs.
No.
Grace's effect, the death of Grace and its effect on Graham was resolved in the series.
Yes.
The one lingering family issue we had was the issue of Ryan's dad. Which
Yes.
was beautifully sprinkled subtly throughout the series until the last couple of eps when Ryan was a bit of a dick about it.
Yes.
And it was just sort of, okay. But you get it.
You're being a bit of a dick, aren't you, Ryan?
Now, watching this immediately after, it makes this feel like the finale. Because it does make it feel like, oh, that one lingering thing we didn't get around to, here it is.
Wrapping that up.
And I think that was handled really well. I know that, what's his name? Tosin Cole.
Yes.
I know he doesn't strike a chord with everyone. He's got a very minimalist sort of like delivery, a very television as opposed to stage delivery. And I know that has been jarring for a lot of people. And I will admit, sometimes in the series it has made me go, dude, emote more, please.
This is the best he's been, though.
But that was what was nice about this.
Yeah.
You could see, especially in the cafeteria scene, you could see all of that pain under the surface.
Yeah.
And he got some killer freaking lines that he delivered beautifully.
Yeah. He was really good in this. It was a real step up for
him. And who's he actually played his dad? We'll figure out the name.
Actor McDadman. I'll look it up now.
He was great. As a last minute addition, you really did feel like this was somebody who knew they'd screwed up big time.
Mm.
And they were just kind of hoping everything would be alright with him showing up. And learning, no, it's not going to be that simple.
Yeah.
That was great. And again, we've said it before and others have said it. I think the strongest performer of our ensemble cast in terms of, how they've handled stuff has been Bradley Walsh as Graham. He's had some really nice stuff to work with this year. And his scenes with, what's his name? It's Daniel
Adebiega.
He was great. He was really good. And the couple of moments with him and Bradley Walsh were fantastic.
Yeah.
So that stuff played really well. Unfortunately, it did highlight once more how throwaway Yaz has sort of become.
Listen.
She's surplus to requirements, and it's really sad because Mandip does a really good job. And when she's given the chance to shine, she's great.
See,
she does kind of feel like a spare part now.
The thing with Yaz is that I don't feel like she's missing that much character development because she comes into it as the most secure, like self-assured, complete person.
But I'd like
to
to learn more about her then.
Oh, we will.
Like not necessarily like a journey she has to go on.
I think Chibbers has said that she's going to get more to do next season.
Yeah, I hope. As weird as that sounds, I hope that was a reaction. I hope that was I acknowledge people feel bad about that, and we could have done more, so we're going to do more. But like I think that'd be a better way to respond to it than we were always going to do it later, because it's like, no, hang on. That's the terrible excuse. That's like, Metropolis' destruction. Yeah, no, it was all part of a plan. We promise. Here, we'll put it into this movie we've just greenlit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you can't do that. Like you have to acknowledge that. Yeah, we made a mistake, but we are going to turn it into something, and we're going to follow on. And deliver more of what we know you lot would prefer to see, and that's definitely the case here. I want to see more of Yaz.
More Yaz, please.
Give us a Yaz episode where it's just Yaz having to deal with everything.
Which we kind of got with Demons of the Punjab.
Oh no, but no, I mean like put her in a solo situation.
Oh yeah.
Like give us a Love and Monsters, give us a Christmas Invasion, where it's just like give us a Human Nature.
Don't give us a Love and Monsters. Please.
No, but you know what I mean, like where the main character is Yaz for that episode. Yeah. Like she's having to deal with something, and the rest of them are separate from it, or trapped or whatever, and she's got to do it all. Like let us see the extremely capable Yaz suddenly dealing with the situation that is way out of her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And how she deals with it. There was another great character in this one. Again, do you have the IMDb up for the episode?
Yeah, let me grab it.
The character was Lynn.
Oh, Charlotte Ritchie from Fresh Meat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit, what an amazing job she
was
did in this.
Brilliant in this.
She was so good. Because, again, what made Resolution so refreshing to me was, and I really wish they hadn't done that teaser trailer with the vocal effect to give it away. I really wish they hadn't.
Yeah.
Because I think going into this cold, people would have been terrified and then suddenly been like, oh, when that reveal of what the beastie was. Because I think when you first see it on the wall as a squid, it's not necessarily a Dalek.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like a Dalek mutant, but definitely a redesign.
Oh, yeah.
Black and squidgy, no facial features in amongst the flesh anymore. Just this sort of, this like bulging like sack on one part of it.
And I think
breathing.
I think the
longer tendrils as well. Like it sort of looked like a fucked up version of the Dalek sec mutant we saw in Daleks Take Manhattan.
And also it having abilities that we've never seen in a Dalek before.
But that makes sense. Because here's the thing. Oh, they're going to muff up Bash. Yes. Because in his era, he did everything he could to try and change their law in a way that made them less effective. They scream exterminate not because they're trying to kill people, but because it recharges the weapon. What?
Oh, that happened,
the Dalek
didn't it?
itself may not necessarily be a hate-filled creature. The tank channels that. Their pain and suffering is turned into... So it's like... So what you're trying to say is that they might actually be innocent creatures in there sometimes? But then you also do whole concepts about, like, a good Dalek. Well, how's that a thing then? If apparently they can also be really nice and just trapped. Like, what? No.
Really nice Daleks.
Do you know what I mean? It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
He really butchered the Dalek mythology in his run. Like, the least complicated, least controversial thing he did in hindsight.
They're space Nazis in tanks.
Yeah, the new paradigm is the least controversial thing he did with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He tried to present a fresh slate at the end of Asylum. They forget who he is. Oh my god, that's amazing. We can do so much with this.
And
the next time we see them is in Time of the Doctor, and they're like, we raided the information from the Cybermen's base. You are the Doctor.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh. Alright, okay. Because the ones in Day of the Doctor don't count because they're from the past. Like, you know, they're not... It's not following on the storyline of Asylum.
No.
So it's like, oh. Okay. And the Daleks aren't really villains in Day of the Doctor either. They just sort of a couple of them appear a few times as part of the Time War narrative.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
Weird.
It's just... But, speaking of the Dalek, that's why Lynn as a character and that performance was so good. Because she was dual rolling.
Being puppeteered by the Dalek. So good.
My puppet. And the fact the voice wasn't Dalek-y.
It was just Dalek-y enough.
So nice.
It was just a little bit of processing.
This was a
there.
mutant that liked what it was doing.
Oh, yeah.
It had a mission, but
it was
enjoyed it. It
laughed. It was Sadalic.
Yes.
It was a sadalic.
Oh, God. The first time it sounded Dalek-y was when she was slamming her back against the wall trying to get rid of its influence at the very end.
Yeah.
And you heard it scream. Like it sort of screamed like, you know... I can't remember, it said something like, you cannot do this to me or something. And it sort of was like, you cannot do this to me. It was like, oh God, that sounds like a Dalek. That's really freaky.
Yeah.
And then obviously once it got into a casing, it was like, Nicholas Briggs,
full on,
welcome back.
Full on Dalek. Full on Dalek.
We talked about this in the pod before, and we discussed it with Five Who fans as well before, like, is now the time to recast the Daleks? Because now would be the one sort of chance where you have to do that and maybe give it a different flavour. Thing is, Nick Briggs does a really good job as them. So it makes sense.
As long as you give them something interesting to do.
Yeah.
Which they haven't done for
And if we're going to have a visual redesign, you want to keep the voice the same as best you can, really.
Yeah.
So obviously this is not the redesign. This was a beautiful way of them going, look, here you go. Here's a new Dalek. Both mutant and casing.
But it's not the new Dalek.
But it's not the new Dalek. It's your one-off for this one-off story.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Because I think that was a really good way of doing it.
They're very careful.
They gave us our cake, and they let us eat a bit of it.
Yeah.
And then they took the cake away and said, we'll see you in 2020.
They never show you the Dalek in the flashbacks.
Yeah.
To the...
You see it in a drawing.
Yeah.
at one point, and that's it.
So
Tied down and burning.
That's quite good.
Which was a great visual. I love the idea that like it was an early Scar. So it ties into like Dalek invasion.
Yeah,
because in the Daleks they've not travelled.
No.
Dalek invasion, you found out that over centuries they developed means of leaving Skaro, but they've been plummeting through. That's how these ones ended up at Earth. They didn't reach it. They've plummeted through different wormholes and things like that. And that's why this whole fleet have arrived on Earth, and they're turning it into a ship so they can pilot it and use that as their next vessel of conquest.
Yeah,
which is a great idea. In this, it's sort of implying that the reconnaissance scouts were the first ones they sent out. Individual Daleks were sent away from Skaro as reconnaissance scouts. They were bred specifically to survive, I guess, in case their casing was destroyed on landing or whatever.
Yeah.
So that they could. I mean, this idea was, if you're going to rewrite the lore slightly, Stephen, take notes. So a Dalek that's a reconnaissance Dalek can adapt to a new casing simply by plugging into something organic and being like, I'm a weak creature that is vulnerable, so you're now my means of transportation.
Yeah.
That was
dominant.
creepy.
Yeah, being puppeteered by Daleks. That's really cool.
That was just the fact that it was just 3 little plugs in the back of her neck. Like, it just sort of had 3 suckers to her neck.
But they've just...
And it was in there. And just that whole... Like, again, carrying on the Doctor Who tradition, this is like the 3rd time they've done it. The idea of this thing latched onto your back and no one knows it's there.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? So we've Planet the Spiders and Turn Left, we've had this. I think one of the Doctor Who pages posted a picture of all 3 of them and with the caption, "Who wore it better?"
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny.
But
this was eerie. And it was very Lovecraftian and just like, ugh.
Daleks have used mind control since Dalek
Robo-Man, we had the people who've been converted in Asylum of the Daleks, which again was sort of an implication.
The Dalek spies,
yeah, which is sort of an implication of it. It's like a different version of the Robo-Man, because then it happens to Tasha Lem in Time of the Doctor.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, okay, that's kind of cool. Even the film adaptations use the Robo-Man. Yeah. Like, they've done this. It's not new to them.
It's just a new twist on how they do it.
Yeah, it's more. Daleks are scary. Finding new ways to make them scary does get difficult as each generation becomes more used to them.
Yeah.
It's down to your script and to your other characters' reactions to the Daleks to tell how scary they are. In this case, it was down to both those things and a really good original idea.
And also it destroying lots of military.
A CGI Dalek for that sequence.
A la Dalek.
To make sure no one found out ahead of the release of it.
Brilliant.
That Dalek was CGI in that sequence, and it was probably the best visual effect of the whole run this year.
Yeah.
It looked so good.
I love
after the spiders in Arachnids, I was like, yeah, you guys, I like what you're doing. Yeah. I can't wait to see what else you do. And it also explains episodes like the Battle of
Ranskor of Kalos.
Ranskor of Kalos, that's it. Ranskor, I keep forgetting. Like, why that was very maybe misjudged in terms of like the placing of it in the season, but like why that was very effects minimal. Yeah. And some of the stories very like It Takes You Away was very effects minimal. Mm-hmm. I rewatched that with Lucy last night. It was the first time she'd seen It Takes You Away, Ranskor of Kalos, and Resolution. And the ending of It Takes You Away would have been 10 times better if it wasn't a puppet frog sat on a chair. It was just the actress who played Grace talking to her, because then they could have acted the shit out of that sequence.
I like the acidity of the puppet frog.
I like the acidity, but a CGI frog would have been better.
Yeah, it doesn't quite
Or
work.
a puppet frog that didn't move its mouth.
Yeah.
And it was just, you heard the voice.
There was a voice in your mind.
That would have been so much more effective. Instead, it comes across as, the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Because last night, I listened to that. I knew it was coming, so I just listened to the dialogue of the two of them, and I was like, this is amazing. But that puppet frog is taking so much away from it. I've seen more convincing puppet frogs in pantomime this December. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
You know, on the last show, they filled it with foam. I put my hand in it. I was like, "Oh, you bastards!
You bastards!"
They filled it with foam. It started seeping out of the seams during the scene.
Oh.
It's horrible. But yeah, so Resolution, man. Who was the fella that she fell in love with? With?
I've just got rid of IMDb.
I'm so sorry. But again, he was lovely. he was sort of quite light and fluffy, and that was fine because at first I was like, "Oh, this is corny."
Yeah.
And then as the episode went on, I was like, "Oh, Mitch wasn't it? Was the character's name?"
Yeah. It's been a good season for side characters.
Yeah. As the episode went on, I was like, "Yeah, he's light and fluffy because we need to feel bad that this is happening to his friend."
Yeah.
The sewer set was amazing. Apparently, that was one of the biggest sets they've ever built for Doctor Who. One of the biggest one-off sets they've ever built.
Nikesh Patel.
Nikesh Patel. He was again. He was light, fluffy, a bit cheesy, but then it paid off as the story went on.
Oh, he's in the Artemis Fowl movie. The upcoming Artemis Fowl movie.
Oh, who's he playing? Mulch Diggum.
Foley?
Foley.
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh, okay. I thought he might be Mulch because he's more of a comedy part, but actually he'd be really good as Foley.
He was in the Andrew Scott Hamlet as well. He was.
Oh, the one where Andrew Scott, as talented as he is, butchered that soliloquy.
Yeah, he's in that as Fortinborough. So yeah, he's done some stuff. He's got some stuff under his belt.
Got some mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will love it. Yeah, so that's the sewer set was the biggest one-off set they've ever built for the show.
Really?
Yeah,
That wasn't the location?
I thought it's got to be location. No, it's a set.
Fuck.
Good set, right?
Yeah, that looked like a fucking location.
That shot, actually, my favourite shot in the whole thing, weirdly, was at the beginning. It was the fading of the fallen warrior.
Oh, yeah.
And the way it just faded to the archaeological dig, like, seamlessly.
Yeah, that was very good.
That was so well done. And then the fact that the
was
shot
very good.
carried on. Like, Mitch crouches into shot and begins his work. You're like, wait, how the hell did they just do that? That's so seamless.
It's very good.
My God.
There's a lot more flair.
The look and the
this
sound
series.
of the series has been phenomenal.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Resolution. That's kind of all I have to say about it now.
I can see, as a wrap-up for the series in general, Series 11 and the Resolution, I can see why some have been dissatisfied. And when I say some, I'm not talking about the raving people who are going, not my Doctor. Like, look, if you don't like this interpretation of the Doctor, or you're not a fan of the casting, that's fine.
My dad...
But the giant rants, it's like, guys, stop.
My dad got a little annoyed during the coffee shop scene because he was like, with Ryan and his dad, he was like, I don't want to know about Ryan and his dad, I just want to see more Daleks.
Yeah, but that's because your dad had been looking forward to seeing the Daleks for ages.
It's like, chill out, Dad, it's called character, you know? Those things you tell stories with, characters.
And it all made sense for later on in the story.
It
tied into the Dalek story.
Yeah, because I was slightly worried that they weren't going to tie in the dad stuff and it was just going to be...
Oh, this is something they didn't fit into the season and they've crammed it into here.
So I get that, but then they do actually tie it up. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Nice. And it leaves Graham and Ryan's relationship and characters in a better place for next season. They don't have any of that. They don't have that much baggage to deal with going forward, so you can then focus on Yaz.
Ryan's dad being in on it's going to be an interesting spin too.
We're definitely
getting a Jackie Tyler. Yeah, like we're getting someone who's back home who knows about it all.
Yeah,
and isn't part of it, but is aware of it, and is an excuse for them. Is now an excuse for them to come back to Sheffield. Yeah. To do stuff, and it's because it would get to the point where you're like, why do they keep coming back to Sheffield? The same way in the Russell era, the one recurring sort of was why do they keep coming back to London?
This estate.
Why do they keep coming back to Cardiff? Yeah. Oh yeah, because people outside of the UK know what a London is, and because we're filming in Cardiff. Yeah, but it's just like, come on, the show that can go anywhere and everywhere. If you're going to anchor it, which I think is needed, that was a great thing in the Russell era, the family anchor. If you're going to anchor it, give us a reason that we have to go back to that place specifically. Yeah.
I think the show's been missing that since the Russell era. Yeah. It's missing the anchor.
Don't do it too often, but do it every now and again. Yeah. Every 3 or 4 eps, go on, we'll do one back home. Now let's go to a random planet. Now let's go to the past. Now let's go to vary it up.
Now let's go to Blackpool.
Oh God, I know. I'll take you to. I can see why people have problems with this series, but for me personally, it was a breath of fresh air. I haven't been this pleased for Who since the first few eps of Series 10, where we were like, oh, this feels new. This feels new and exciting again. And then the Monk trilogy happened and killed it.
This is way better than that, though.
Yes.
Way better.
I would argue that, yeah. But I dug Series 11 a lot, and I think Resolution was a great way to end this run. It just sucks that they haven't planned. Well, I mean, I know a little bit about behind the scenes, so I can speculate about why there is no series this year for sure.
Yeah.
But it's their place to say the real reason. Like, it would just be speculation for me to say it. But, you know, I know a little. So I know that it's a little out of the control, and I'm kind of for the reason why there'd be a delay.
Yeah.
But to not have anything planned for 2019 at all is a really bad move.
Well, they did. It was New Year's Day. That's all you're getting for the year.
I'm just saying, in Russell's last year, leaving the show, we got, from the Christmas of the previous year, 5 extra specials, a season of Torchwood, its best season so far, like Children of Earth,
Yeah.
a Doctor Who animated special, and a series of Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah, but you know what Russell T Davies is, though?
Great.
He's a madman!
No, he's a marvellous madman.
Speaking of
Has
marvelous,
to be said with the hand gesture.
Speaking of marvelous madmen, let's and women and non-binary.
All in betwixt.
Let's take some emails and
Let's take some.
all the
Let's
bits and
bend
pieces.
over and take some emails.
First bit is a tweet from Liam.
Hey, Liam.
At Liam the Last on Twitter says, given that it's his birthday today, it's the 8th of January when we're recording this, what's your favourite David Bowie song?
Ooh, meat.
Life on Mars next.
Ooh. That's actually really tough.
Or maybe Moonage Daydream.
Maria's Daydream is pretty gorgeous. I am a sucker for Ashes to Ashes because I just like that dun, 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 like that really odd melody, so nice and it's very alien.
The
which is
entirety
nice.
of Ziggy Stardust.
But I'm gonna go left of field. I'm gonna say Dance Magic because whenever I hear it, it makes me smile. Because technically, it's a David Bowie song.
It's very good.
It's
I'm
just
not
a David
gonna
Bowie
lie.
song made for the movie Labyrinth. It's me, Brett David Bowie from the movie Labyrinth. The theatricality is so superlative. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I'm definitely an early Bowie guy over his later stuff, so it's always gonna be Ziggy Stardust stuff for me, with the exception of Life on Mars, which is just like Life on Mars is just stunning. It's just gobsmacking.
I remember watching the video to Lazarus for the first time in an office
Oh.
from Black Star and crying my eyes.
Oh, it's just heart wrenching. Yeah.
I mean, that is a level of like kind of brilliance we can all only ever aspire to.
Yeah.
Knowing your time is up, kind of preparing for it in your album, releasing your album, because it is the anniversary of his death's only a few days away as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like release the album. You don't do any big performances for it. You have your birthday. Like, I think he released the album, I think, today, didn't he? Like, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, released the album on his birthday, comes out, celebrates his birthday with family and friends. A few nights later, goes to a quiet New York, like, bar, like, you know, open mic place with a couple mates. Goes on stage, performs, like, just randomly joins the open mic. Everyone loses their shit because he's there and it's really cool. Do a quiet, intimate gig, have fun. Went home, passed away. It's just like, my God, dude. Like, and then everyone listens to Black Star again and goes, hang on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. I mean, the dude does, Jesus. The planet went to shit shortly after because he went to find another planet.
No coincidence. No coincidence.
I'm done with this Earth. Prince, if you're not busy in the next few weeks, come and join me.
Oh no!
Have you listened to Neil Ciceriga's new song, Prince.mp3?
No, you told me about this, but I've not
It's
listened to it.
we'll have a listen after this.
Oh, okay.
It's wonderful.
Um,
And it arrived at 5 in the morning when me and the panto drummer Mike were sat down drunk, eating a kebab on the floor of my digs. And it arrived in the subscription box at like 5 a.m. It was like, well, we were just talking about Neil Ciceriga. This is fate. Let's play it.
this is fate.
We need this in our life.
Let's-
Much like your email.
Like this one from
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
John Monte.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Well, this is a way back. This is the way back.
Yeah,
machine.
we've got a couple from Tom Monty because we've been banking them. So this first one is going to be about the finale of season 11.
So the battle of Ranskor Avkolos.
Avkolos.
Hey!
It says, Dear Chris and Matt.
Dear Tom Mountain.
The
Welcome
Doctor-
to 2019, Tom. From the
Yes, welcome. The Doctor Who finale, for me, felt just like any other episode of season 11. Oh, God, David Bowie's coming.
past. And when David Bowie comes, star systems appear.
If series 11 has taught me anything, it's how much I'd love to see Alan Cumming as the Doctor.
I mean, that would be
You're
lovely, to
not
be honest.
Wrong, that would be pretty cool.
Especially if he plays it exactly the same as he played King James.
Yes, please. I haven't been a fan of the new TARDIS dynamic and wish it was the Doctor, Graham and Grace as the main team. Do you think Grace could have made a strong main companion? Yes, although the marketing team and some of the exec producers will probably be panicking that there weren't enough young characters.
Yeah.
That's what the pushback would have been. I'd enjoy watching it, but they would have been like, oh, the kids are just going to think it's too old. Everyone's too old.
I think you could get away with that if you had polar opposites in a way. So, like, if your Doctor was much younger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jodie Whittaker's what? She's early 30s.
Yeah, I think she's 35, 36. I'll just check. I think
She looks a lot younger.
She does. She's got a youthful face.
And she's got a very youthful energy in the way she plays the Doctor.
She's got youthful energy, but like a mumsy delivery, which
Yeah.
is quite nice. So it was a nice mix. She's 36.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that could have worked, but it would have been risky, more risky than anything they did in the actual series. Do you think the finale closed series 11 in a satisfying way? We've covered this. I did. You not so much.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it so much. Again, on second watch, I found more to appreciate, but I sort of wish like those things had more room to air.
I thought there was some nice character closure for Graham, particularly. So that it made me happy. Do you think it was a wise move by Chibnall to bring the fan favourite Tim Shaw back? It was going to happen anyway, so I don't think it matters.
I think a stronger story could have made more of that.
Yeah.
Because again, my favourite part of it was him and Graham, and it's like I wish that had been the focus rather than Tim Shaw being like revenge. I think the actor who played Dim Shaw of the Stenza was really good, and that prosthetics design and everything is really nice.
Yeah.
And I like his redesigned costume.
Yes.
In Ranskor Avkalos. Like I think it's a really like the sort of the kind of like chainmail robe shit that he's got going on is really cool.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Yes.
He's not your finale villain, is he? Like he's not your. The stakes have been upped because Tim Shaw is back.
Yes.
Like maybe if you tag teamed him, maybe if the finale had featured another villain from the series. Some would say it did. It had the sniper bots from episode 2.
Oh god.
It did, but why?
Yeah.
Why were they there?
What if we'd found
Why were there sniper bots?
what's we call him?
Oh, is it so she can mention Ghost Monument and it kind of makes sense?
What about Space Racist? If he'd have turned up.
No, because he's not a big bad.
Yeah.
He needs to not show up again. Really.
Just to show how insignificant he is.
Yes.
Yes.
But also keep his effectiveness as a storytelling device to that episode. No, you should have had something there, like, or you should have made use of your quote unquote demons from Demons of the Punjab and had them be present in a Watcher style way.
Yeah.
And it'd be that whole thing of if they're here, then they're bearing witness to a death. And then when the Doctor finds out that Graham's like, I'm going to kill him, it's like, wait, what? And do you know what I mean? Like the stakes could have been upped a bit more there because that would have been the payoff for having watched the series. Is having seen those two stories, you'd have been like, oh, someone's going to die. Like, they're here to honour someone. That doesn't necessarily mean a good person, but from what we know of them, it's likely. Is Graham going to die trying to kill Tim Shaw? I can't call him Tim Shaw. It's the drama of that finale was a bit diminished a little by the Tim Shaw thing.
Tim Shaw.
It worked in Act 1 because it was them taking the piss out of it. But when he was meant to be the big bad and they kept calling him Tim Shaw, it was like, please stop.
I do quite like it though. Favourite episode of Series 11? Mine was The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Rosa.
Yeah, Rosa for me.
Rosa
was my favourite episode for about 7 years.
What effect do you think having Series 12 in 2020 will have on the show? what do you think the BBC's reasoning for this is? We've covered this a little bit.
Yeah, I could speculate based on stuff I know. It's not my place.
I've made my beliefs clear on many occasions that
Bradley Walsh is pregnant. They've had to hold production.
No, my belief, without any behind the scenes info, my assumption is that this was a make or break thing for Doctor Who as a whole, and if it hadn't been as successful, we wouldn't be getting a series 12, which is why it didn't go into production until... Well, it's not going into production yet. Which is why we're waiting.
Work's begun.
Yeah, work's begun now.
Yeah.
But that's why it didn't go into production straight away, which is why we're waiting until 2020. That's what I believe. I don't know if that's true.
And they have said it'll be as soon as possible in 2020, so it's very likely it could even kick off in January.
Yeah.
Like, we could have like a January through to April show next year.
That'd be neat. A winter Doctor.
And then get ahead of themselves so that there can be a Christmas/festive season special.
And then
a new series in spring.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah, I do think it's daft not having anything.
The main effect that
they need to have something, even if it's like they just announce a surprise special. They go, fuck it, we're doing a special later this year.
The main effect
Halloween
I think
special.
it will have...
Halloween one would be great.
Halloween special.
If you're going to do a one-off, do a Halloween special, then that could be the first thing that goes into production. It could be filmed in block 1 or 2.
The main effect it will have is that there's just no new episodes until 2020.
Yeah, but if you're a Who fan, there's still plenty to go off of.
I think they can really build the hype train coming off the back of this. So
the Blu-ray box sets are coming out, which if you missed the first one, you've really missed it. After I got my second pay date for Panto, I was like, I think I'm going to buy the season 18 box set. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. Yeah. And then I looked it up. Guess what the cheapest is I could find it for?
About 60 odd quid.
No.
Oh.
If it was 60 quid, I would have bought it.
Oh God, how much?
Last I saw, 220 quid.
Fuck off! Are they not doing like regular editions of them without all this limited edition bullshit?
No, they're straight up limited edition. So unless you've got 40 to 50 quid to drop the moment they come out, you're not getting them. And I'm fine with that in a way because I've got those stories, I have them on DVD. But I was thinking, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to commit to a Doctor Who purchases like this year, 3 or 4 of those box sets over the course of the year.
They're missing a trick by doing them limited release. At least do like single case editions.
Yeah, after the fact, and be like, there you go. But no,
whatever.
Yeah.
Tom Monty's other email comes in and says, "Greetings, Chris and Matt.
Hello, Tom.
I hope you both had the most lovely of Christmases and New Years. It was all right, thank you.
It was pretty sweet. Some hairy fella came to see me in Panto at some point. That was nice.
I'm a bastard.
Yeah.
What is your number one most...
I laughed at some of the subtle jokes that no one else got.
What is your number one most anticipated movie of 2019?
Oh!
Endgame. Avengers Endgame.
I mean, yeah, if we're talking just like anticipation, Avengers Endgame, definitely. Endgame. We covered more of this in last week's episode if you want to hear us talk about 2019. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm really eager to see Spidey Far From Home. Because this past year has been a freaking golden year for Spider-Man. Like, we got Infinity War, we got Avengers Infinity War, we got the PS4 game, and we got Into the Spider-Verse. And they were all exceptional. Yeah. And it's a great time to be a Spider. We got Dan Slott wrapping up his run on a really high note. Yeah. We got the new run beginning with, really good reception. We have the internet getting in on the ironic trade of Spider-Sonas. There's a lot of love for Spider-Man right now.
As well there should be, because he's fucking Spider-Man.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that momentum continue, especially in a film where apparently the freaking villains are... Was it the Elementals? Was it?
Yeah, so you were saying.
It's like, holy shit. Like, what? With Mysterio involved and the Vultures in it. I'm like, okay. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'll believe it when I see it. Sunshine.
In terms of stuff that's already out that I've just not seen yet and we'll see in 2019, I want to go and see The Favourite.
I saw that on Sunday.
Is it good?
It's very good.
Is it basically Olivia Colman's Amazeballs and now more of the world is able to see that?
In part, it's very uncomfortable dark comedy.
Yeah.
And
she's an exceptional comedy actor.
It kind of doesn't... for me, it falls apart a bit at the end because it
Does it get a bit sappy?
It just finishes.
Oh.
It doesn't have a proper ending.
Yeah, a lot of... Is it a British movie? Or is it an American
It's a British movie, yeah.
Because it's co-related in terms of its stars. There's a lot of American actors in it, isn't there? But
yeah.
in fact, there is for the two big sort of across the pond, this side centric movies. Mary Queen of Scots is a big sort of
Which
this
just
is a very American slash.
It looks so boring.
But David Tennant's got a giant beard.
Looks so boring.
Yeah,
and I
David Tennant's got a giant
know
beard.
Josie Rourke's done some really impressive stuff in theatre, and this is her first feature, but it just...
Is it the washed out colour palette and the whole, like, this is how the Tudor times look that everything seems to use?
Look, we made Margot Robbie look like Lena Dunham. Not Lena Dunham,
wow.
Lena Headey. Aren't we clever? It's like, they don't look that different. What a transformation! She looks like Lena Headey. It's like, you just didn't want to use Lena Headey, did you?
Wait, was it meant to be Lana Headey?
No, but look at Margot Robbie as Elizabeth I. What does she look like?
She looks like Queen Elizabeth I.
Yeah, also, what does she look like? But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be very good and all that, but I just don't care. But the favourite, it's Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone. I like the central trio.
Three people I like a lot, so I'm still going to give it a go.
It's good. It's good.
You ain't pushing me away, son.
It is good
with your natural reactions.
It is good and it is worth seeing. It's just for me, it doesn't have a proper ending. It just finishes.
You're such a Marvel shill.
I know. I know.
Just because the favourite's part of the DC extended universe.
What about video games?
Video games.
Yeah, what about video games? I'm not really like. I've not got a real throbber for anything that's coming out in 2019. The only thing I'm really, really excited about going forward is Death Stranding, and that's not got a confirmed release date yet. It's probably not next year.
My morbid curiosity has me excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, not necessarily to play it, but
well,
just
that's
to
how
watch
in like 3 days or something.
Just to watch people play it and mock it. Pretty much.
This is silly.
I'm going to get it cheaper later on. I got Persona 5 over Christmas. I'm going to play that instead.
It's leaked, but apparently the most important spoilers aren't on the disc yet. So...
What?
So it's broken street dates. There are copies of it out there.
Yeah.
But they haven't pushed the day one patch yet. So apparently, like, the most important revelations and the proper ending aren't on the disc. That's what the developers have been saying. Like, don't worry about it. It's not on the disc.
I mean, as a failsafe, that's kind of genius.
Yeah.
But also, just get your distribution right. Don't be shit.
Do you think we are likely to see Rick and Morty season 4 before the 1st of January 2020?
No, but I reckon we are going to get a teaser and possibly a season 3 style first episode of the season dumped on us before the end of the year.
I can see that.
Like, there's been a long enough gap now because season 3 debuted April 1st, 2017, didn't it?
And season 3 had a difficult production.
Yeah, it was 2017, wasn't it? When season 3 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the rest of the series came out later in the year. So, and now it's full steam ahead, and it's just one big production company making the show for ad infinitum years.
100 years Rick and Morty.
100 years Rick and Morty. You and me, Morty.
www.100yearsrickandmorty.com. I got a Peace Among Worlds t-shirt for Christmas.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just the middle fingers. It's great. It's great.
Oh, that's great.
What are your thoughts on YouTube Rewind 2018 and the negative response it has received? I've not paid any attention to it whatsoever.
I do pay attention to this shit. Rewind 2012, I think, was the first one. Are you familiar with the Rewind concept?
No, is this just YouTube being fucking idiots?
At the end of the year in 2012, they released a video called YouTube Rewind 2012. Or was YouTube Rewind was the first one?
Yeah.
And basically, it was sort of like a big produced... I think the first one was just like a countdown.
Yeah.
It was like clips of the top 10 like biggest memes.
What, like an episode
year.
countdown?
No. I mean, that'd be fun. But no, it was like the biggest memes that year sort of compiled together in a video of someone talking about it. It was kind of a fun idea. It was like, hey, so on this platform, here's the 10 biggest, most watched, discussed things.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this funny dance video. You all went fucking nuts for this. Isn't this hilarious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like a... Excuse me.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Take some Pepto-Bismol. There's some Gaviscon there.
Blah. But it was fun because it was like, oh, yeah, I remember that video. I forgot about that. It was like in January. Oh, do you know what I mean? It was like, oh, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Rewind then became produced.
Oh.
So it's sort of like... essentially an extended music video. And it kind of worked. The first few ones were great. Like, there was one where... I think it was 2013. It's like the Gregory brothers or whoever, like, you know, the Songify people, Songify the News,
Yeah.
like come in and start pitching it to Psy.
Yeah.
Because it was the year of Gangnam Style, and he sort of was like, yeah, and it just sort of goes into like different performances of the song recreate. I think that year was like a recreation of the Gangnam Style video, but with loads of massive YouTubers, and it was people who had big followings, big subscriptions.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
And it was kind of a fun idea. It was like you sort of treated it like a bit of a bird spotters list. Like, oh yeah, I watched them. I'm familiar with them. Oh, that's really cool. They referenced that meme.
Oh, the lesser spotted great tits.
It was just a 4-minute video that made you go, oh, that was kind of fun. And there was a few things in there that I remember. That was really cool. What great way to round out the year on YouTube. Let's move on. As it's come on, they started to lose some people a bit because it was very American. They started to use international channels, which is a great idea.
Yeah.
But they would equal it up, which again is a great idea. But it did mean that a lot of people in the West were a bit confused. Yes. And a lot of people obviously in the other countries were confused. Because it was like, okay, this is odd. But then it became about globetrotting. I think one year they put people in different settings. So like some of the American YouTubers were in Japan, some of the Japanese ones were in Italy, and it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then controversy started to come out. YouTubers involved in it, primarily British ones. The British YouTuber Emma Blackery did a big blog on this about 2016 Rewind, I think, where basically they weren't being paid a lot to be part of this, even though essentially they were like, we want to parade you because you've done well.
Yeah.
They weren't being looked after. They were freezing, like, on locations and stuff, and there wasn't any freaking supply, like water or like a place for them to hang out. Because basically the permissions for filming, they weren't like, can we go into the freaking country house that we're filming in front of?
Yeah.
No, we haven't got permission to do that. Well, where can we go? Can we go in one of the cars? Well, the cars are gone because we're just renting them for the morning and then the afternoon to pick one up. So, right, hang on, what? So it was just one of those like,
good. We've
been invited to be part of Rewind. Then you get there and you're sort of treated like shit. Sort of like a really, really rubbish set. It's like,
excellent.
Well, this is interesting. Then controversies happen. So PewDiePie is the #1 subscribed YouTuber. He makes his first appearance in one of them, burying the rewind button on a beach at the end. And he makes his appearance in the next one. The next one starts with the turn down for what video? You know, the guy on the roof like twitching, and then he belly flops through the floor, and that's how that video starts. It's PewDiePie on the roof, and he belly flops through. Because of course they're like, he's the #1 subscribed YouTuber. Of course we're going to put him in Rewind. Yeah. Then controversies happen, so he's not in it anymore. So they focus on other people, and then they start bringing in controversial figures who have big numbers, which is great for YouTube's algorithm and the money they're making.
Oh, yeah.
People that people don't like. Like last year's Rewind 2017, there's an extended sequence with the Paul brothers. 2 days before he dropped the Suicide Forest video. Yeah, so it's like, huh. But the thing is, they've also tried to push it in the years since that YouTube's doing, like, the Lord's work. And they've tried to basically show, like...
Sure.
Like, think of all the suicide prevention that's happened because of YouTubers and all that sort of stuff. This year's YouTube Rewind is dog shit. There's an entire sequence of it. The bulk of it is just a bunch of YouTubers sat around a campfire like they're telling stories.
Oh.
They're not all massive ones. They're big ones, but they're not all massive ones who are, like, liked or have big fan bases so much as, like, obsessive teen fan bases and things like that.
Oh.
And then like Casey Neistat is a really interesting vlogger, is sat next to some Japanese YouTubers at one point, and they're saying what they want in Rewind, and they all jump in, those two and him jump up and go, K-pop! And it's like, why would he be saying that? Why is he saying that? He's got nothing to do with K-pop. He's known for travel vlogs.
K-pop?
What is this? Like, what's going on? This is really strange. And in it, they're all talking about, like, we want to thank all the people who pushed through this year, and basically it feels like a forced message. It doesn't feel like a celebration of the year's memes anymore. It feels like YouTube making a corporate video to show to their potential advertising partners. Do you know what I mean? To be like, look at the good that comes out of this website. You should totally do ads on our website.
Nothing good comes out of YouTube.
But the biggest insult to a lot of people is YouTube's motto used to be...
says the people who are on YouTube.
No, but like YouTube's motto was originally, I'm trying to remember what it was called now, because I became partner during when they first started using it.
Yeah.
Broadcast yourself.
Yeah.
The idea being YouTube, and the reason it was appealing to me as a teen and why I started making sketches and stuff was because to me it was local cable television.
Yeah.
Like it was your own channel,
pretty much.
and you could make stuff, and it could be for you, could be for your friends, could be for other people to discover. Didn't matter. If you're having fun doing it, do it, and that's what it was, and that's what it can still be. But then obviously TV stations and networks and movie studios have got involved in that. So now a big part of YouTube's like daily thingy is the late night talk shows and stuff like that, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't complain entirely about that. I love the Late Show, Stephen Colbert's stuff. I like their writing. I like the monologues and all that stuff. So I'll watch it. If I want to see their take on the news, I'll watch a clip the next day. And I think that's handy for people who don't live in that country to see it. The fact they make it available for people in different countries to watch.
Yeah.
That's great. But they're not YouTubers. Like, Stephen Colbert is not a YouTuber. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has a YouTube channel. And
it's not a YouTube show.
Yeah. And yet the 2017 thing, he began with him talking to 2 guests on satellite, which was someone, I can't remember, Anne Lele Pons, the biggest cancer on comedy online ever. She was a Viner who worked in 6-second doses and who now has a massive career on Instagram and YouTube, makes millions of dollars a year and is painfully unfunny. You get more enjoyment watching commentary channels who have a nice style and a comedic style.
Yeah.
Watching one of her videos and trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
That's where the entertainment value of Lele Pons comes from. Watching people go, you're not alone. This is fucking stupid. Yeah. Don't worry. It's like, oh my God, thank God.
It's not you.
Yeah, it's definitely her. But she's in it. But people going, why is Colbert opening it? Now, fair enough, during the montage, having a cameo, like one year's a cameo of the zebra that did the zebra costume that does a weird dance, running through John Oliver's studio and him just following it. That's fair enough, because it's like a cameo from John Oliver. But the Colbert opening, the last one, it was like, Colbert's not a YouTuber. And Jimmy Fallon always fucking pops up in them somewhere.
Jimmy Fallon.
Waste of fucking breath. And he's always there. It's like, he's not a YouTuber. This year opened with Will Smith. Will Smith's recently got into social media big style. He's
big Will style.
He got an Instagram account last year and he's done really well with it. It's one where he's obviously working with a marketing team as well. But his content is really entertaining and fun. Sometimes it is just him on a jog and he just turns his Instagram story on and just does a chat and posts it, as it should be. Sometimes it's, promotional stuff, videos for things. But it's great. It's like, wow, this is actually making me want to see more Will Smith. I've missed the Will Smith that I'm seeing in these videos.
I've missed him.
But him opening YouTube Rewind made no freaking sense. And in it, it's like, what would I make Rewind about? He's like, I want Fortnite and something. And you're like, why is this happening? Why?
Nope. I don't want this.
Why?
In my life.
So, to answer your question, Rewind 2018 is shit and it's never going to be good again. YouTube is shit and it's never going to be good again. So if you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube. Big damn channel. It's a sinking ship.
And finally...
And we're playing the fucking violin.
Last word from Tom.
Not Tom. Not sweet little Tom.
Chris, how's your panto going? When does it finish? How do you feel about it all ending? It's all over, Chris. Everything is ending.
Went well. We got really great reviews apart from one, which wasn't a bad review. It was just a boring review. And it was the one in the most, the place where you'd want it to be a good review. It was like, thanks guys for half-arsing your review. But really nice reception. More importantly, the audiences had a fucking ball, and we got loads of lovely feedback. And people came back in late at the run. They were trying to find random seats. And
I had a
soul
ball.
shows. Yeah, you saw it. Give a verdict. What was the show like?
It was great fun. I had a really good laugh. Some cracking fucking jokes in there that people just missed completely. That I was like, yeah, that's a Chris. Very good. Cute child performers.
There was a fucking train. We had a train on stage.
There was a train on stage.
On a track. It wasn't pulled. It was on a track.
An actual train. It came in like a wrecking ball.
There was a wrecking ball.
There was a wrecking ball.
There was a giant cock. And balls. We've discussed this.
Yeah.
John saw it the other day and he said the podcast didn't do it justice. I wasn't prepared for the jockstrap.
No.
I took a photo of it from the dressing room in the interval and sent it to him with the caption, "It can't hurt you anymore."
No, it only hurts you.
On the last night, it was bigger than ever. I kept stuffing it in the
last
week. It got bigger and bigger.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great. I enjoyed my time there. And if you are around Lincoln, I urge you to go and see some at the new Theatre Hall because it's a wonderful team working there who give a shit about theatre, basically.
Nice, isn't it?
And they'd like to grow that theatre
to
do more. At the minute, they're very big on, in terms of the sales, tribute acts and nights like that sell really well. But they want to get more plays, they want to get more musicals in there, and people in the area aren't biting currently. So, for business reasons, they're sticking to more of what they know sells, but they want to expand. So go show them support. If they're doing a screening, they do lots of screenings of family films. Go to a screening. Buy them tickets. Give feedback.
Buy them ticks, son.
Buy them ticketed ticks, son.
Yeah.
Go see some of the New Theatre Royal, Youth Theatre Academy shows there. Like the younger kids. Go and have a watch. Like see some kids dancing and singing their heart out.
Do that.
Support that. Let them know that you want to see more theatre. It's really good. New Theatre Royal, Lincoln.co.uk.
See theatre.
I might see you there again sometime soon. You never know.
Chris, we have one more email.
Is it the taxman?
No.
Has he come to take me away?
This one comes in from James. And it's a recap of Series 11.
Of X-Files?
Of Dr. Whem.
Oh.
No, Season 11 of X-Files. Not worth recapping. Says, hello again. Big damn cast.
Well, hello again. James.
I feel it has been too long since my first email, so I decided to do a general review.
Technically, it's been too long since all of our first emails.
Yes. To do a general review for Doctor Who Series 11. On the whole, I was impressed. Very impressed, even, with this series, and I feel that it was a step up from the end of the Moffat era. I thought that Jodie Whittaker's performance was wonderful throughout, and that she could really put life into the script. However, there were some areas where lines about the Doctor's morals were a bit on the nose, and I feel there was too much waving around of the Sonic, but that's just a small gripe.
Yeah, I could have done with a little less. The Sonic was... What's the name of the thing in Star Trek that analyses things?
Tricorder.
Tricorder.
Yeah.
The Sonic acted more like a tricorder this series.
Yeah.
And again, fine. I think Jodie had a physicality, which I think is there because it's there for the kids. Like, it's the sort of thing, if a kid's got the toy, they're going to do that sort of casting out the arm thing. It's very wand-like.
Yeah.
But it was a bit...
It's very Magic Wand.
I kind of wanted less of the Sonic this series. Not in the usual kind of, Sonic X Machina. Just a bit less of it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see her get her hands on other stuff. Although it was a very shiny tubular. And you have to trade it for information, of course. Kevin Eldon was great.
Yeah.
As Ribbons of the Seven Stomachs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Very good.
Referred to Yaz and Graham as the bird and the codger.
Like,
I mean... A moth crawled out of his eye socket after he'd been eaten alive.
Good. It was good. It was good.
Some damn good stuff this year.
It was good Doctor Who. It was good to see fewer episodes in a contemporary setting and more historical and sci-fi episodes.
Yeah. The historical... I mean, we got 3 solid historical ones, didn't we? Witchfinders, Rosa and Demons of the Punjab.
Yes.
That's a higher rate than usual, isn't it?
I think so.
I do like me some historicals.
I do like me some historicals.
And I love a good fjord.
Pseudo-historical.
That is a nice fjord.
That's a great, lovely fjord. Is it a fjord? The series certainly has polarised the fan base, and I hated how people review-bombed each episode on IMDb. Yeah, people are dicks.
Oh, it was gross. Well, isn't it weird how that didn't happen? Like, we didn't like Series 9. We didn't like most of Series 10. We didn't notice swathes of people dumping shitty reviews like at the stroke of the time the page was available and things like that. But notice how it happens for the first series with a female lead.
Interesting, that, isn't it?
And with a ethnically diverse cast.
It's almost like there's some sort of, I don't know,
bigotry, sexism,
some
racism,
sort of bigoted streak on the internet that just has to spoil everything for everyone else, because they're cunts. But I think that leaving Series 12 until 2019...
That is not to just clarify, that is not to say everybody who didn't enjoy Series 11 is a bigot or a sexist or this and the other.
No.
But you got to admit, there are a lot of people on that side of the aisle who are.
Yeah.
And they really are. And they really are vocally. Like I said before, the one review for the Jodie Whittaker 30th Doctor action figure on Amazon.co.uk as of the recording of this is a 1-star review that's just slagging off her acting ability and Series 11.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the toy.
Yeah. I think that leaving Series 12 until 2019 is a good move. 2020. In fact, James, sorry to burst your bubble. It is a good move as more time to work on the show will mean that problems people had with this series can be dealt with.
What we said, like Yaz's, the lack of Yaz. Really,
more
the
Yaz.
lack of focus on Yaz. Giving the Doctor maybe a few more stories where she's on her own, or at least not with the 3 others.
Break them up a bit.
So that we can see a bit more of her on her own. Would be nice. Yeah.
You know what I'd do? I'd do a 3-parter where it's the same story but they're all split up. So
there's a running thread. Oh, it's all in one setting, and there's a running thread. But throughout each episode, it's as part of the story, flashing back to a previous adventure she's had. One with Ryan, one with Yaz, one with Graham.
Or I do it
and
where...
the running narrative is like a thing.
I do it where...
I'm a sucker for flashbacks. Blame Whedon.
At the start of the first episode, the Doctor, Yaz, and Ryan and Graham get split off. And then the first episode is like Ryan and Graham's experience with them coming back together at the end, and the second episode is Yaz's experience with them coming back together at the end, and the last one's the Doctor. And do it that way. So it's the same story that happens...
Keys and Baroness it. Have a Yaz episode, a Graham episode, a Ryan episode, and then at the end the Doctor shows up and was like, yeah, well, I did the other thing over there.
I did it all.
Hi.
I did it all. Sure.
Now I'm going to get you out of this trial for no reason.
Just do a censoritis and put one of them on a ship for 3 episodes. We're bringing it down now.
The celestial toy makers turned you invisible, Doctor.
Oh, how
See you in a couple
terrible.
weeks, Bill. Go and have a lie down.
Overall...
Just get these lines recorded. Off you pop.
Overall, Graham out of 10.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Well done, James.
Well done, James.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're all unanimously united in our love of Graham.
We love Graham. Well, our first face-to-face podcast
You know what this means?
of 2019.
We make out now.
No!
Oh.
Now I'm going to go to Twitch and stream Adventures in Backlogging.
Yes, you is.
But not by the time you're listening to this, because I'll have already done it. After recording this. Quiet! Listen.
What?
Listen. At Big Damn Cast on Twitter. BigDamnContact@gmail.com.
Damn right.
Look for the Big Damn channel on YouTube. Look for Big Damn Stream on Twitch. We are everywhere. And we're spreading. So get some cream on us if you want us to go away. No, that didn't work.
Wait, what?
Thanks for
Take
listening,
3 of
folks.
these every 5 hours and call us in the morning.
And we'll never leave again.
Wait, what?
It's been a pleasure, folks, to be back. Says the person who never left. And we will see you, or you will hear us, I should say, same time next week. Here on Big Damn. Yeah. Oh, definitely not there.
I shaved it.
Not washed it though.
True.